Well, hello, my friends. So good to see you, Constellazio. How are you doing today? I am way tireder than usual. Today was another one of those days with little to no sleep due to various reasons. So it's been not going to say how many years since I had the opportunity to get some dental work done, and due to the kindness and support of some family members, I was able to make an appointment to see a dentist when I lost a filling last month, and was reassured that there was nothing that needed to be done about it emergently, and was then able to make another follow-up appointment for a cleaning and some x-rays. So I was a little nervous about how that was going to go for a variety of reasons. But it went, let's just say the news that I got was better than I was worried that it might have been. So, yeah. So, yeah. And also, no drilling was done today, and that was also very nice. But I am a little sore, as it's been a while since I've been scraped at in quite that manner. Dental hygienists are an interesting lot. They're not all gentle. This one was definitely not gentle at all. But she did get the job done. My teeth are clean and shiny. Very happy about that. I enjoy having the very clean and shiny teeth. Something about running your tongue across the inside of your lower teeth and having it be smooth. So yeah, very much enjoying that part of it. And I feel very fortunate that getting my teeth cleaned is not as hard on me as it evidently is on some people. I've known people who can only get a quarter of their mouth done at a time and have to be on antibiotics afterwards and have a week or more of pain after getting their teeth cleaned and have to, make appointments more frequently for that sort of thing. And I can usually get away with once a year and be totally fine. But it's been a lot more than a year. Gonna confess to that one straight up. So it's a relief. It's a relief to get all that done. But I am well short on sleep due to, yes, anxiety. Chris, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. How have you been? How is life? Yes, we shall play a game. It's a RimWorld day today. Honestly, I was of two minds. There's been so much news in the Sims 4 world this week that I thought, do I want to play The Sims 4 today? Just 'cause? And I thought, you know what? Just because they're doing things does not mean that we need to break with our normally scheduled programming. And I do love RimWorld, so we will stick with our normal plan and play some RimWorld today. It goes right here. Oh, look at that first click. I did it. We're gonna go right ahead and load in. Let me tell you a story about something that happened in my off-stream colony. I like to, when I have a game that I'm playing with you all, I like to do a little bit of gaming outside of stream as well, so that I can, try and make sure that I am reasonable at being able to play the game. But sometimes things go sideways in a variety of ways. And so something really sad happened in my off-stream colony. We were attacked by a group of mechanoids, and it was quite the fight, and one of our bonded dogs had an injured back to the point where she can't walk anymore. And I'm thinking to myself, oh no, what do we do? Is it is this an issue where we'll need to like put the dog down, and then my colonists would be so sad, and what's the right thing to do for the dog, and what's the right thing to do for the colonist, and what's the right thing to do for the situation. And this dog is also pregnant, which is a whole nother issue as well. And so as I was watching how the dog was doing, and she was healing up, and after a while she was healed up as far as she was going to heal, and she was not in any pain any longer. And I'm like, okay, not in any pain, this is as good as it's going to get. We're going to make her the most comfortable dog bed possible, the most luxurious dog bed we can possibly manage, and put it right next to her bonded person's bed. And they'll just get as much bonding time as possible. We're getting ready in that colony to make a big trip. And so we'll just play it by ear and see how it goes. But she is doing okay for now. And they're getting a lot of bonding time, and that's good. So on this colony here, we have 2 locations at the moment. We have our regular home location with the majority of our people, and then we also have the temporary fugitive zone where we went to hide out when things went really badly. In our regular home, there was a toxic fallout that made all of the plants die and made all the animals sick, and so we took as many of the animals away as we could, and had like shelter for the animals that were left behind. So we are gradually moving back home, and so the people who have moved home are replanting all of the fields, and they're doing a really great job at that. And the last 3 that are left in our new area are Irisano, Mole, and Espinosa, but also 2 prisoners. So we are keeping an eye on Proctor, who is getting along okay with everyone, and is really talented with animals, and has a whole bunch of interests, and is really great at trading and other social interactions. And also Ollie, who is unwaveringly loyal to the group that he came from. And so what happens is we are going to take both of them with us when we go, and perhaps make a pit stop and try to rehome Ollie elsewhere, because there's no reason for Ollie to stay with us. They are not going to want to stay with us. Grafo saluton, Ezra saluton, kiel civi fartas, espereble bone. We have some injured animals? No. Interesting. I thought these were medical sleeping spots. No. Some of those are, some of those are not. All right. Now I understand. Okay, so let's unpause. We have a red fox in the animal pen. What are our options? I have some skills with animals. Can I tame this fox? Do I want to tame this fox? The fox is female. We have another female fox that's bonded to Espinosa. We don't actually want to wind up with a foxening. We have Todd, but Todd has been fixed. So Todd is my bonded fox. The other fox. Oh, all right. So we have one male fox who has been fixed, and 3 female foxes who have not. So this should be fine. About to walk to the store real quick. Back soon. Okay, yes, iru atente, as Constelacio says. Or go and come back, as they say in Japan. So yeah, theoretically, trying to tame this fox could be a good thing. What are my chances? What are my chances? My skill level with animals is 15. That's pretty darn good. And the fox, how hard is a fox to tame? Let's see, trainability intermediate, but that's not tameability. Minimum handling skill 7, and I have 15. So nobody can even make an attempt to tame this fox if they don't have at least a 7. So that's a relatively high requirement. Horses, for example, I think have a 4 as a requirement. I could be wrong. Maybe it's even lower than that. Revenge chance on tame fail 0%. Revenge chance on harm 0%. That I did not know. That decides us. We absolutely will try to tame this fox, and that will be our first resort for dealing with the fact that the fox is hanging out in our animal pen, because this is a small animal. It might potentially try to eat a turkey, or even maybe a piglet. That's possible. We have a raid. A group of tribespeople from the League of Dorguler, that have arrived nearby. They are attacking immediately. There are people who have relationships with your tribespeople or prisoners in the arriving group of tribespeople. Keep in mind that even though they are related, they will still attack each other because of their bad factions relations. The relationships are Penitent, Purple, ex-husband of member Alex. Oh, really? Oh, really? Let's see here. Ex-husband, Purple. My opinion of Purple is a -17 because they're in an opposing faction to mine, and a -15 because they're my ex-husband. And Purple's opinion of me is a -60. I really wonder what happened there. What happened? Yeah, we're not the bestest of friends anymore. Drama on the rim. Let's have a look at where are these people coming from and how many of them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. But wait, because sometimes they're sneaky and they decide to come from multiple directions at once. So we're just checking out our perimeter here. This is the perimeter of our main camp, our home base. Okay, it's only 6 of them, and they look to be pretty low tech. Yes, let's see. We have 1, 2 who are unwaveringly loyal. Ex Edzo, yes. Well, ex Edzo. So they would not be recruitable even if we were able to down them without damage, or, too much damage. Let's look at their skill set. We've got shooting of 4, low skills here, melee of 7 with a melee weapon. Melee of 8 with a melee weapon. Okay, those are the 2. Toll and Fox are the ones that we need to worry about the most. And Iqua is a spear. So that's a melee weapon. And you only have 1 melee skill. All right. So really, Fox and Tolle are the ones, that are the ones that we need to be most careful of. They are attacking right away, which means that we should do a thing. Visiting the grave, not a thing that I had in mind. Let's try something else instead. Latros, You could come, hello? You could come here. Where's everybody? Water could come here. And Stug. How about here? And Solune, sorry to disturb your nap, but let's all have a united front. And when we get there, we'll be able to see, oh, I forgot. By the way, friends, we have a Mega Sloth and a Thrumbo. Now, how trained are they? They are not able to attack yet, but they are at least partially to completely trained in the ways of defense. So that means if one of us is attacked, who they might attack. So here we come, and it's Fox and Tole that I need to be careful of. Fox is not arrived yet. All right, so how about, interesting, we don't have any animals who are trained to attack, but they are trained to defense, including my pet Todd. All right, how are we doing here? All right, one enemy has been downed. We're going to take a moment to try to capture that enemy. And who's going to do that? Someone with some amount of medical skills. That's not, well, that's not Water. That's not Solune. Stug has 3. Latros has 3. I have none. All right. So how about Latros? Will you capture that? Okay. Super immune and tough pyromaniac. Look at that skill with animals. Oh no, wait, that's Latros. All right. Hang on. Here's Fox. Fox is the one we need to be really careful of, as Boa is an intellectual miner. All right, with some shooting skills. Very neurotic. This means they're going to dedicate themselves to working to their detriment. They may work very hard, but they're also going to be first in line for a mental break. We usually set them up on a different sleep-wake cycle for reasons, which will become apparent. So yes, an intellectual miner with some shooting skill. That's hopefully someone we will be able to recruit. In the meantime, Fox is also downed. Fox is potentially recruitable. Here's the issue though. We don't want 2 prisoners in the same room. And we would like the prisoners to be relatively close. And let's also make these prisoner beds to be medical beds. And who else has some medical skill? It's, besides Latros, Stug, could you capture Fox, please? And how are these 2 doing health-wise? All right, significantly injured, but they probably will survive with medical care. What about these 2? They are fleeing? They are fleeing. Tole is unwaveringly loyal anyway. Abruno is unwaveringly loyal anyway. This is great news. We didn't want or need them to stick around for any reason whatsoever anyway. So we can just kind of ignore them. They're going to go away. They didn't manage to destroy anything that I can see. Normally they go and attack these sarcophagi, and those are damaged, but not desperately so. So we're going to undraft everyone here and allow these forbidden items so they don't just hang around. They brought us, besides some terrible weapons, some jade and some pemmican. and some more jade. We don't mind it. I like making beautiful sculptures from jade. That's just wonderful. Don't know where those marble blocks came from. Maybe came in, yeah, probably came in with Cheeky on the way back from our former location we were hiding out in. All right, so Latros, if you would do some medical tending here, and same thing with you, Stug. If you would tend to the prisoners. And we need to make a couple of graves. 2? 1. Did we only have to kill... We only had to kill 1 attacker out of 5. We captured 2 and 2 ran away. That is ideal. I mean, I would have loved to have not had to kill any of them. But this is pretty much as good as it can be, I think. Well, we don't have to cut that tree yet. All right. Water is on their way to create some of those graves. We'll have a spare. That's nice. Water! Speak of the devil, we have just handled a raid very tidily. I'm so proud of everybody. Water's here! Yay! And there were 5 raiders, and only 1 of them had to die. 2 of them were captured, and 2 of them ran away. And I'm very happy about that. Who here is in a great mood? Water is in an amazing mood. Is that true? You are in 100% good mood. Hot dang. That is a really great mood. You could potentially, let's see, you want to repair those, and then you could potentially bury Lion the Stew Keeper and not mind one bit. Has everybody who needs band-aids gotten band-aids? So Lune, are you good at band-aids? Bio. 0. No. Water, are you good at band-aids? Non-capable of applying bandages. So am I. Non-capable of applying bandages. Huh. All right, so we are going to wait for Latros and Stug to be finished tending to these captives, and then ask them to do some bandage application for people who need it. Who needs it? Water, I'm pretty sure you need some band-aids, right? No, you're okay. Did nobody get a scratch on them? So Lune still has gutworms. That's going to be going on for a while. Okay, Stug needs band-aids. All right. Stug needs band-aids, but self-tend is disabled. We can do something about that. No reason for self-tend to be disabled. This is great news. Oh, no. There's one more enemy to be buried. I somehow miscalculated. And this purple stew keeper is Alex's ex-husband. How did it go down? Let's find out. Purple was chatting about crazy manatees with a Bruno. And then... And then Stug and Water shot Purple, and Purple died. How am I doing about that? My relationship with Purple is still... interesting. My relationship with Purple is improved now. For 2 reasons. Number 1, Purple is, having died, no longer a member of the opposing faction. However, Purple is still in the bad graces because of being the ex-husband. Interesting. And also, Purple's opinion of me has risen from -60 Oh, no. Wait, no. Pause. Salome has given up. Risen from -60 to 0. That's interesting. All right, I'm going to take it on myself to bury my ex-husband. That's something I should do, even though I'm not in a great mood. Solune has given up because Constellatio died. Solune has decided to leave and pursue a better life elsewhere. You can try to arrest him as he leaves. Otherwise, you may see him again someday. It doesn't happen frequently. This happened because of poor mood. The final straw was Constellatio has died. All right, let's see what we can do. Solune is right there, and Stug is right there. Stug is on his way to get a beer. How about instead of getting a beer, we attempt to arrest Solune. Solune needs a nice room. If we succeed, will we succeed? 100%. 100% chance of success. If we get to him before he gets away, we will succeed. And we're very close. So I have a good feeling. I've lost track of these shenanigans. There's so many shenanigans. We didn't know about the husband until he showed up with a group of raiders. And I'm like, oh, I had an ex-husband. So yes, it was something that happened before we started the game. So Stug has arrested Solune, and now we will all have the chance. Yeah, we were not really on good terms. Yeah. Evidently, Korako hated each other to death. Yes. All right. So here's the plan. Solune's taking a rest, just gonna kind of sleep it off. And let's look at the social situation here. We have pretty good relationships, everybody. So the thing that amazes me the most is that I have a reasonable relationship with Solune. I don't have a great relationship with hardly anybody because of the whole being hideous to look at. Not me, but in game. My character. So it still is this whole situation with Solune having given up is a chance for us to improve our relationships even more. So what we're going to do is have everybody put wardening up to #1 priority. It's possible that I was the mean one, Water, because my ex hated me a lot, and I hated my ex only kind of a medium low amount. So, not sure what that was about. We do not have any data as to what that drama was, but it's over now. That's the size of that. So now everybody's going to prioritize looking after Solune, and we're all going to invest some time in relationship and community with Solune during this difficult time. Solune is basically just kind of taking a little downtime to grieve deeply and hopefully feel better in the end. So here we are at our other location. Irizano is taking care of making food for everyone. Espinosa is recovering from some injuries, and Mole is repairing walls, which is Mole's MO. But I don't think any of that is particularly necessary. I would say we can uninstall this bedroll. We have a total of 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a total of 5 beds without that bedroll, even once the prisoners are released. Proctor, are you injured? You just have asthma. Ollie, are you injured? Yes. All right. So Ollie has been treated as well as is possible, or reasonably well. In other words, there's nothing more that we can do for Ollie at this moment except for give Ollie a medical prisoner bed, which we have done, and make sure that both of the prisoners get fed. Yes, it's an awful prison cell and a hideous environment, but he's luxuriously comfortable. It must be a really great bed. Plus, very low expectations. Ooh, an excellent bed. Wow. Also, the buffalo wool bedroll that the other prisoner has is excellent. That's great news. So let's check on this prisoner's need. Similar. Awful prison cell, hideous environment, but quite comfortable and low expectations. So it's a bit sweaty. One thing we could do for everyone is try to install some cooling devices. Let's start by ordering some of these trees to be chopped, because we'll need it to build the cooling devices and to fuel the cooling devices. How in the world we fuel cooling devices with wood, please don't ask me. I haven't the slightest clue, but we will try to install some cooling devices in these 2 rooms. Frankly, this room might need a 3rd one, but we'll just try and make do with 2, and see how that goes. And back at the ranch, we need to check on Stug, because Stug is drinking a beer, but really should have been doing some bandages for himself. Let's see what the story is. Can we cue that? Yeah. Okay, go ahead and have your beer. It's not an emergency. It's just a bruise to your right foot and right hand. So enjoy your beer, and then make sure that you get some bandages. So hang on. We have Selune set to be released immediately. And I think instead of that, we should click recruit. This is unnecessary, but will give Selune some time off. If we release Selune right away, Selune will have to go back to work immediately. And if we set to recruit, what will happen is Selune gets to just chillax, and everybody's going to bring Selune food and come and talk with Selune and invest time in improving their relationship and just give him some time off. So I think that's our best bet. While it's possible this could go badly, I think this is a good bet to make. All right, now water, your room is a mess, so when you wake up, if you could tidy it a little bit, and then maybe also clean up a bit in Selune's room, that would be wonderful. Latros, same deal. Your room is really filthy. Could you also maybe clean up in the room next door? That would be wonderful. Stug, okay, still drinking that beer. That's fine. Maybe when you're done, let's do a little cleaning up in the prisoners' cells. So everybody is going to be dropping everything to tend to these 3 prisoners that we have, one of whom being one of our own. And that will improve our social relationships. Nobody's got anything exceptionally bad going on here. -25 looks bad, but that's just because they're a prisoner. And as soon as we release them, whether that's through recruiting or releasing or whatever, then that -25 will go to 0. So if we can invest some time getting to know them, then we can yeah, have better friendships as we go forward. So water, I hear you. It took Salune having a mental break and being like, I'm noping out of here. You're maybe gonna see me again and maybe never. So everybody kind of, yeah. We staged an intervention because we didn't want that to happen. Stug, are you going to? Yes, you are putting the bandages on. Okay, excellent. Just checking. Just checking. And my priorities? I'm feeding a simple meal to Fox. That's not the Fox. We cannot forget that I also need to be tending to. Where is that fox? It's a wildlife fox. Here it is. Ah, hello. You are really getting cozy. So, after I take a meal to the prisoner, could I maybe? No, I cannot tame that fox because we have no food. All right, let's do something about that. What do we think? Large group, large group. Turkey, turkey. I mean, I think it's turkey dinner for the fox, is what I think. I'm pretty sure turkey dinner for the fox is what is called for in this situation. We have plenty of turkeys and then some. Many, many, many juvenile turkeys. We're going to, let's see. I wish we were able to see this by quadrums. Interesting. I'm going to leave this one. A disease, infection. Esboa has gotten sick from infection. The infection is in his right hand. Ensure you have a medical bed and a doctor. Make sure that Esboa gets proper treatment and spends as much time in bed as possible. Well, given that Esboa is a prisoner, chances of them staying in bed are very high. We're going to tend to Esboa, and here's what we're going to do. Temporarily, we're just going to say use the good medicine, because that makes a really big difference, especially if you use it quickly. Happy early Thanksgiving. Indeed. Indeed. All right. I'm going to take a little stretch. Oh, I don't know if you heard that crack. Some of that sound was the chair creaking, and some of it was my back. It is appearing that we have not had time to tend to a lot of really simple basic requirements here. Or we are out of wood. We are not out of wood. We need to... Oh, we don't have very much wood to chop here. Where can we get some more? How about... Yeah, we have all this wood up here that's been chopped already, so we're good. We just haven't had time to refuel the lamps or the coolers. And it's the 13th of April, which means it's going to be getting warm. It's 25°C outside already. That's warm enough that we should be starting to think about getting those filled. Now, happily, Salunes is a-okay. We need to tend our foxes, all of them. This one as well. All right, so Esboa is the one with an infection, but it has been treated. Information, please. Tend quality 25%. That's not stellar. What we are watching here, the infection is 11%, but the immunity is 10 and increasing. So what we want to see is the immunity, a mad doe. We want to see the immunity surpass the infection. That's what we want. So in the meantime, we're going to see to this mad goat. All right. Not at home, but the away mission. Mole is the closest. And let's just do this. Let's play it safe and have people who can defend come here. And Espinosa, you might not be needed. Where are you? Yeah, it's just let's play it safe. Let's play it safe. Have everybody come here to make a stand against this man-hunting goat. Coraco, enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you had a lovely lunch. That is closed. Cannot drink from a closed container very well. All right. Why is it going there? Normally, they seek us out pretty quickly. Disposte cara. All right. We have long-range weapons, and our animals are very intelligently running away. Okay, that was very effective. We can undraft everyone. And who has skills with tending, dealing with animals? That would be Espinosa. We are, let's see, we're going to hunt said cannot hunt? Why? We can't just say hunt. Is that not a thing? Because she doesn't have the right weapons. All right. Well, let's ask Mole to do that instead. Okay, everybody else is having a dinner break, and happily they have decided to go inside. Irizano is feeding Ollie. We love it. And Espinosa is going to have a meal herself. That's good news. All right, so we are going to not choose to plant any more anything anywhere here because we are winding up our time here and we are just harvesting and not planting at this point. Is that everything? Let's zoom out. No more sewing. I think that ought to do the trick. Yes. All right. That's pretty good. All right. Not bad. Our main goal for today is for Irizano, Mole, and Espinosa, along with Proctor and Ollie, to come home. And the logistics of that are we have some stuff to bring with us and a number of animals to bring with us. The animals are many, especially alpacas and a number of muffalos. The happy thing is we have a number of rideable animals. These donkeys are pretty little. I think the donkeys may all be, let's see, 1 quadrum. I don't think they're rideable at 1 quadrum. That's pretty young. I think they need to grow to 2 quadrums old. So I think we may have 3 donkeys that are too little to be ridden, and I don't think muffalos are rideable. So pack animals, yes. Trainability, none. Rideability? I mean, I don't know. I don't see rideability here. Yes or no. I think Muffalo cannot be ridden. Just got a call from the doc's office. Finally got the prescription for the antibiotics. Sheesh, they made such a big mess of things with that. Oh my goodness. I am so glad that's coming through. I am also waiting on my doctor's office with a prescription. I was supposed to have 2 prescriptions, and one of them went through, and one of them, I don't know what's up with it. We are mining a few locations between now and the time we leave, because we might as well make use of the resources that are available. And let's see. Oh, this area we neglected to turn off in terms of sowing, but there's plenty to harvest there over the next number of days. And we have hay that's more than half grown, almost 70% grown. Let's see, what's this? Granite, we don't need it. That's fine. Compacted steel, we don't need it. It's just... Hello, cargo pods? You have detected a cluster of cargo pods crashing nearby. Perhaps you'll find something useful in the wreckage. Let's find out. Eggs? Goose eggs. Unfertilized goose eggs. Many much. Well, that's interesting. I also see some wild heelroot here. We could mark that for harvesting if we have time. Irizaño. Ah, yes, the fox has decided to help itself to the turkey dinner. I mean, we were planning on giving the fox a turkey dinner anyway. The terms were not fully respected, but then again, we did not make the terms perfectly clear to the fox. So I'm not that mad at it, but I am wondering, why is it that I haven't gotten around to that? It may be, yes, that's why I need to make handling animals a higher priority. 4 of your tribe's people, that's everybody at home, have gotten sick from plague. No, we don't like it. It's not good. Ensure you have a medical bed and a doctor. Make sure that they get proper treatment and spend as much time in bed as possible. So Lune, Alex, Doug, and Latros, that leaves Water. And guess what? Water has not only no experience doctoring, but no capacity to doctor whatsoever. So you know what that means, guys, is... hang on, let me pause here. What are my options? Water is the only able-bodied person. Water can make sure people stay fed, but cannot make sure people get medical treatment. So we're going to make all of these beds to be medical beds. Oh, nope, that's one too many. We're going to make this one Water's bed. And everybody else, we're going to say, go to bed immediately. Don't play poker. Don't attempt to recruit Salune. Just go to bed immediately. Those of you who can, give yourself some medicine. That would be great. Let's Oh, let's do this. Hang on. Stug, you may have to. Stug is going to have to do some care for some people. Latros, where are you? Already on your way. That's fine. We're going to leave that alone. Stug is close enough to go back and get the good medicine. Here's what we're going to do. Stug is carrying no medicine. Stug, please pick up 3 good medicine. Then we're going to say Stug and Alex and Latros and Salune, you can have the good medicine if you can get it. Stug, step 2, please use some of that medicine on yourself. Whew, all right. Meanwhile, as Boa's infection is not doing well yet, we still have a chance at healing them, but we got a lot going on right now. So Stug is picking up all of that medicine and then using some on themselves, getting treatment as soon as possible, and then resting as much as possible is very important. We really need to bring everybody else back. Frankly, how can we do that? Can we just drop everything and come back right now? I don't see why not. It's become a priority. So here's what we're going to do. This location right there, form a caravan, come here. We are not stopping at Antioch. We are not collecting $200. We are going directly home. Mole, Espinoza, Irizano, Ollie, and Proctor. All of the animals. If there was only a choose all option, that would be great. There is not. How about this? Ooh, check that. Okay. Pretty good. Now, travel supplies. Everything, especially that medicine. Items. You know what we should do? We should send 1 doctor back with the minimum of stuff. That's what we should do. Okay, people and animals. Let's send... all of these donkeys are rideable. Let's send 1 donkey. One donkey. And who is our best doctor? Irizano has skill level 4. Espinosa 12. I think she's the one. No? 0. Okay. We are sending Espinosa back. 1 Espinosa. All the medicine. We don't even need to send the bedroll because it's like an afternoon. We can send her with 1 meal. Actually, we might send her with 3 meals. Because, you know, when somebody's sick, you take the meals, right? That's what you do. All right, items, nothing. And then everybody else will come soon. So, Espinosa's on her way. Stug is tending to Stug. Next step will be picking up more medicine once that's used up. Stug is only allowed to carry 3 at a time. Not my rule. Cannot pick up? Why? Oh, you still have 3. Okay, can you tend to Solune? Water can bring... Okay, water can bring more medicine. This is the plan. This is the plan. Water has 3 herbal medicine. So we're going to drop the 3 herbal medicine and pick up better medicine. So making progress in getting to know Esboa. Esboa's opinion of me plus 33. Oh, I think Esboa's in love. Greenwater promised free fresh carrots to Esboa and asked him to join. That's hilarious. All right. So, Water, if you would drop those, and then pick up these, that would be excellent. And you can, hopefully there'll be some left. Yes. All right. If you could bring... If you could bring them over here. All right, Stug. Attempting to recruit Fox. No. Instead, come over here and we will bring... We're trying to do this as efficiently as possible. Stug's going to just chillax for a second. In fact, can we have Stug rest? Yes. Even they're not going to be particularly happy about sharing a bed, but Stug is going to rest while Water's bringing the medicine. Then Stug will do me the favor of giving me some medicine. All right, Water, and drop that medicine there if you would, and undraft. Stug, if you would tend to Alex and then pick up as much medicine as you... Oh, that's... Can we also tending? Yes. All right, evidently we can't queue picking up medicine. That's a little too complicated. I'm a little worried about Stug. Stug did get medicine first, but is going to get rest later. Ollie is feeling better. That's great. Espinosa is on her way. That's even better. The quality was 56%. That's very good, frankly. We're going to pick up this medicine and then try and... Nope, we cannot hold that. All right. Then we're going to tend to Latros. All right. Has everybody who needed medicine gotten medicine? Esboa, you're going to need medicine too really soon. Yes? How soon? Already. Okay. Do we wait for Espinosa? I think we do. I think after this, Stug needs to go to bed and Espinosa needs to take over. Espinosa will be here momentarily. In the meantime, Water's doing their heckin' best to take care of everybody. Minus any medical capacity whatsoever. That means cheering people up, bringing them food, and basically battening down the hatches. Why are the animals in the kitchen? Especially why are the very large animals? Because wants to eat the eggs. Well, that's fair, I suppose. Okay, Stug is going to bed. Now, let's double check. Have you received medication? Yes. Quality 0%. No, that's terrible. That's really terrible. My 10 quality was 56%. How did you get so unlucky in tending to yourself? Maybe that's not what we do. We don't tend to ourselves. 10 quality, 25% for Salune for the plague, and 31% for the gutworms. Poor Salune. I mean, as if it weren't enough that Constellatio died, right? Asboa needs tending now, but Espinosa is almost here. And Latros, how are you doing? 10 quality, 11%. All right, I lucked out. Well, Espinosa will do a lot better. Luckily, Espinosa's in a pretty good mood, isn't hungry or anything, so we'll be able to let her go to work immediately. So she's on her way, and she's got all of this medicine and 3 meals. That's really, really good. All right. Unfortunately, we came in the farthest away possible corner, so it's going to take us a minute to get the medicine to where it needs to go. The first step is I'm going to wait until she gets inside the fence so she doesn't abandon this poor donkey, but the first step is going to be to take care of Asboa, because he needs medicine. Have the locusts arrived yet? No. The horse people? Are you talking about the riders of Rohan or the centaurs? I don't know about either in the context of the game. All right. If you would tend to Asboa, that would be awesome. And water could unload this donkey, which means bringing in the medicine that we traveled with. Now, Espinosa, do you have medicine? No, but there's medicine here. Okay, that's fine. We are going to make Espinosa's first priority doctoring. It already is. Great. We're going to make being a patient second priority. Basically, nothing is... Well, if we leave this one, that's fine, because doctor comes first in the list of left to right. Alpaca is 14, is pregnant. I really can't be bothered. Now, that looks like a good sign. We are really close. The 10 quality was 100%. Espinosa is an amazing doctor. So was Constellatio, by the way. Very much missed. But thank goodness that we have another doctor now. But this infection was tended at 100% quality, which really, really boosted and is going to continue to boost the immunity. It's not clear. Asboa is not yet in the clear, but we have every reason to think that it will go in that direction. So that's good news. Salune has 2 illnesses that require tending, but not for another 9 hours, 9 to 13 hours. 10 hours for me. Stug is the one that will need it soonest. 7 hours. So, Espinosa can have a nap. That's great. Wonderful use of your time. That is not the best place for a bedroom, but it seems to be what we've got at the moment. We could put a bed here. What's the nicest bed that we've got? Cloth bedroll, good. Wooden bed, normal. That should be just deconstructed. We don't even want that to exist. Ollie is wandering around in a psychotic state because of withdrawal from wake-up addiction. So this prisoner came to us with an addiction. They are still a prisoner, but they are wandering in their cell. There's really not too much that we can or should be worried about doing for that prisoner. All right, we are looking at beds. Poor quality beds get deconstructed. Awful quality beds get deconstructed right away. So I would say this bed should be installed right here. And we'll let Espinosa have that bed. Maybe water when you wake up could install that bed? You can? Okay, excellent news. Installing beds is not the hardest of construction tasks. I'm really grateful that water is able to like hold down the fort in a lot of different ways. I'm pretty sore. I am pretty sore. It's not really fun. I think it's because it's been so long since I have last been treated in that manner. I am grateful. It's nice to have shiny teeth, but not super fun. Not super fun at the moment. All right, the gear that we have, we can drop that. We can drop that. They don't need to be hauling around this heavy stuff. That's dumb. No reason for it. We will have them drop the heavy things that do not degrade in the sun and rain. All right, water, you are doing an excellent job. I'm so glad. Everybody else, let me just make 100% sure that you stay the heck in bed. Quest failed, the raider camp. That's okay. I don't mind. I didn't want it anyway. Meanwhile, Irizanyo is cooking food and Mole is still repairing walls. I mean, is that what we really want? I feel like that's maybe not the best use of... Oh no. So Lune has had a mental breakdown and is going to vent his anger on your animals. I mean, another mental breakdown. This happened because of poor mood. The final straw was, as if the two serious illnesses were not enough, the final straw was, still, Constellacio died. So, for some reason, this door is open, but Selene is laying down on the ground. We're really confused as to what's going on here. Water's social skill is 3. Espinosa's social skill is 8. Espinosa is sleeping. Let's try this first. I would like this guinea pig to not be there right now. How about this? We say release the guinea pig to the wild, and water, come and release the guinea pig to the wild. This may not work. This may not save the guinea pig. I don't really know what else to do, because Selune is probably going to try and kill that guinea pig. Guinea pig is hopefully going to run away. Okay, water is leaving with the guinea pig. This is good. This is good. Ah, and Selune is feeling better now. Okay, so we just had to remove the guinea pig from the room. Poor guinea pig. Almost got murderficated. All right. Good luck, water. Iru atente. Successon, Alvi. Please let us know about how that goes. All right. Are we releasing? Okay. The guinea pig has been released to the wild. That's good. That's good. All right. Espinosa is coming to tend to Stug. Let's see how this goes, guys. This really, really matters. Tending has not expired yet. We are inside the window of getting caught up with it. I just really want this to go well. Let's watch. Can tend now. Tend quality was 0% when Stug did their own self-tending. It did not go well. Espinoza, however, is very talented. Tend quality 100%. Couldn't have gone better. And the plague is still, the illness is still stronger than the immunity, but we're going to keep an eye on everything. Espinoza is now going to go drink a beer. Well earned, Espinoza. All of the animals are still sleeping under the cover that we built for them. I think it's adorable. And I think that beer is very well earned. In the meantime, Water's feeding Salune. I think Salune is the next one to need medication for the plague. Yes. So, Espinoza, after you... What is Water doing? Feeding rice to Salune? How about instead of that? You can do that later. We don't want to do this out of order. Salune is the one who needs tending next. So Espinoza has finished her beer. Evidently on the rim, we don't have particular rules against doctoring and drinking. So it's okay. Whatever keeps morale up. And this is, Espinoza is a talented enough doctor that we can afford to look the other way when it comes to a beer. In the meantime, Water's feeding raw rice to anyone who is hungry. Not the best. So evidently Water doesn't have either doesn't have skills or doesn't have instructions to cook, cannot cook. All right. Water has many talents, and cooking and doctoring are not among them. So let's see. What about Espinoza? Can you cook? A prison break. Great. It's Salune. Man, I'm starting to be sorry that I didn't just release Salune. I figured it would be better for Salune to have some downtime. I thought that would help. It's not going so very well so far. Espinoza can't really cook. So we really need Irizano back here to feed everybody. So what we're going to do is start creating the caravan. This will take quite some time because there's only 2 of us doing this, and there's a ton of animals and a ton of equipment, and we are going to go ahead and bring everybody and everything back all at once. We are not going to just send Irizano by herself to come and cook, because it's not safe to leave Mole here to hold down the fort, because what if there's a raid? Mole would die, we would lose the colony and all of the animals that would be left behind. It's just not going to work. So this will take some time, but the sooner we start, the sooner we'll get there. In the meantime, it's not like we're going to be dying of hunger. It's just that we'll be eating raw food for a little while, perhaps. The dough is potentially a good thing to bring along. Some of these weapons maybe don't matter, but we will just grab them. Nothing is too far away from each other. That's the really good news. Travel supplies. We're going to take everything. Yes. All right. Let's do it. Unfortunately, we have only 1 bedroll. We might be able to do something about that. Yeah, it's not going to take us 2.9 days to get there. It may take us 2.9 days to gather the materials. So let's zoom in here and take this, let's see, let's make a couple of more bedrolls. If we take that bedroll away, it'll create all sorts of problems with the whole prisoner issue here. So furniture, bedroll, whatever we can do. Let's make 3 more bedrolls because I'm really not sure what we need. There's 4 of us in total, and I think that's what we need, 3 more. All right, so I think actually we need to tell Mole specifically. Cannot make that. Oh, I see. Okay, cancel that. What can we make? I thought for sure we could. Furniture, bedroll. Because we're taking all of the stuff on the trip, we therefore can't use it? Mega Sloth, well, how do we do this? Caravan. Let's try removing, I don't know how to remove the alpaca wool from the caravan. Oh, and the prison break. Let's deal with that. All right, so Lune has broken out of prison. Espinosa is going to tend to Alex, but in the meantime, could you maybe... Oh. Water, could you... We have to fight? I don't want to fight. Poor Solune, already in pain. Okay, it's just a fist fight. Well, actually, oh no, melee attacking. No, I wanted it to be a fist fight, but she's holding this gladius. This is not good, is it? So far he is uninjured, but she's holding that gladius like she means it. Gear. Will take her a moment to drop the darn thing. If I only could tell you to just hit him with the butt of the darn thing. All right. Melee. Fists, please. Just fists. Do not want to hurt Solune any more than is necessary, but unfortunately... There's water. Water. Melee attack. I told you, melee attack, please. All right, Solune's down. Whew. All right. Espinosa, please capture Solune. Water, you're free to go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Where are you going with him? No. That's not where you should be going with him. Drop Solune, please. Capture again. That's better. That's where you should be going. All right. Water is attempting to recruit Espoa. Yes, please. All right. Proctor is on his own recognizance on good behavior as a prisoner to just stand there while we get everything ready. Evidently not going to run away, not going to kill the pet fox, not going to take our cow and leave, or explode one of our boomalopes. But yeah, okay. Now, what we want to do is make ourselves some more bedrolls. But on the other hand, it's such a short trip, maybe we need to just not worry about that. Yeah, let's not worry about that. Let's instead just load the alpaca wool. I know I went to all of that trouble to unload it from the caravan, but we're going to go ahead and load it after all. Oh, Irizano, this is not okay. Don't take them one at a time. All right. All right. I misunderstood. Irisanyo's giving up and hiding in her room. Oh, the caravan formation process will continue when everyone recovers from their mental break, or I could just remove Irisanyo from the caravan and the caravan process will continue while Irisanyo hides in her room. Worst case scenario, Irisanyo just stays behind. Fire starting spree, Latros. Really? Hang on. Espinoza, going to give yourself band-aids and then let's check on everybody's medical condition. I desperately need some help. Water, can you maybe try to put out some of these fires? Because, yes, Latros is going to kill themselves by setting their room on fire. Not the best plan. Latros is setting fires. Why? It's going to be very warm in there. How warm? 47°C. That's quite warm. Let's try holding doors open. For starters, a little scary. Why are we starting fires? Because pyromaniac. Got it. I understand. You know what, Espinoza? Gonna have to delay you putting your band-aids on because we got other fires to put out. Besides, those band-aids can wait. You're not gonna bleed out. Latros is setting fires everywhere. My goodness, this is a bad situation. Okay, Latros is out, but not going to run away. Just going to continue to set fires. That's okay. Not going to try and hurt anyone on purpose. Water, it might not be actually safe to be in there. Let's keep an eye on you. How are you doing? Oh my gosh. All right. We're putting the fires out. We need more. It's 215 degrees in there. Yikes. If water passes out, that's a very bad scenario. Temperature's going down. All right, we might make it. Initial heat stroke. Yeah, you think? Okay, temperature's still going down. Whew. We will get all of these indoor fires. I don't care about all this. I don't care about this. If she burns down our Devil Strand field, I don't care. I just want people not to die. All right. Good job, water. Latros, you need to be in bed. What can I do to convince you that bed is a wonderful place to be? Is it possible we could arrest you? I think it'd be better to kind of let you just set fires until you feel better and then get you back to bed. Espinoza, how are you doing? Feeding rice to Alex. All right. How about some band-aids for yourself at some point here? That'd be good. And as soon as Espinoza goes back to bed and stops setting fires, not Espinoza, Latros, she can have some medication, and which would be good. Constante mia hundeto boyetas, shiboyas tutage, pli laute ola pli granda hundo. Yes, etai hundoi emas fari tion chune. La granda hundo estas la bonulo. Supposeble la et hundo supposas que she devas boi pro iwi kialoi. Yep, we are definitely setting the field on fire. I don't really care. Okay, Latros is feeling better, going to eat food, but you know what? I'm gonna ask you to go to bed instead. And we'll bring you food. And And Espinosa, when you're done with that, yes, you're going to eat that food, and that's okay. And then you can actually tend to Latros first, if you would. Okay, Water, let's put out the fire there on the fence first. Why is the Megasloth in the brewery? Megasloths don't belong in the brewery. Nun esrap hovast hype, chapel litain literoin, hurrah. Alright, Espinosa has a major break risk. Oh no, oh no. Please make it. Espinosa, I cannot afford to have you have a break. Hungry. Ravenously hungry and jealous of my bedroom. You know what? That's fine. We do this. I go there. And this one's Espinosa. Good. Now you have my bedroom. Are you happier? Not yet. Maybe in a little while. Is it going to rain? It's raining. It's still a thunderstorm, but it's raining. That's good. Water, how are you feeling? A little bit burnt. A little bit hungry. Okay. Okay. Aish, indeed. All right, Espinosa's going to eat. Oh no, feeding Latros. Well, that's very kind. Well, what about eating? I think eating is really important. Pen is not enclosed. Where did the pen go awry? How is it not a pen? Hello? Where's the pen open? I don't see the pen being open anywhere. This is very upsetting. This is the problem? How is this the problem? What? This? That doesn't make any sense. There's nowhere you can go. 20 of 20. What? Cargo pods. You have detected a cluster of cargo pods nearby. Haha, dogs, have a good sleep. Bona nocton. Dormo bone. We got berries. 196 berries. That's not bad. Lightning, but rain. Alright, Espinosa, you're going to haul that rice and drink some beer. What about some food? I mean, you're not starving. Okay. Ambrosia binge. Stug is binging on ambrosia. Okay. I'd really rather you stayed in bed. I mean, if you really want ambrosia, I could bring it to you, but okay. Alright. Mole's making progress. Irizano's still hiding in her room. Do we have... Let's do this. You, donkey... What gear do you have? Yeah, remove you from the caravan. And that way Irizano can have... oh, should have been that donkey. Oh well. That's alright. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's all okay. Really. Latros, where are you going? Feeding berries to Salune. No, you're supposed to stay in bed. Let's just stay in bed. Oh, you're immune. Ah, Latros is better. Stug, not better yet. Rare Thrombos. Whew, alright. Maybe we'll get lucky again. No harm trying. We got like what, a 1.5% chance? Oh, and it's here. Definitely no chance. Nobody here knows how to try to tame a Thrumbo. Only Water and I can do that, evidently. All right, now theoretically we should make this a medical bed. And I should go there. Yes, that's fine. All right, water, how are your burns? Have you gotten any medication? You have? Good. Latros is feeling a-okay. Espinoza has some medication and bandages. Stug needs medication but will not go to bed. That's a problem. And I am gonna be okay. That's good. Stug, what about you? You need your medication now. Your immunity is good now, but if you don't go to bed and get more medication, we're gonna be in a bad way. Espinoza, can you talk Stug into it? Nope. Can you... Could arrest him. I mean, I think we need to do that. I think that's really our only option. 97% chance of success. No thrombos in the kitchen, please. Espinoza. Oh, Espinoza will be jealous. This is Espinoza's bed. For some reason, that's a good bed. I don't know why that's a good bedroom. Maybe the quality of the bed is better. Good. Excellent. Good. Excellent. Okay, we've got a couple excellent things. All right. You're going to the wrong place. Do not do that. Drop Stug. Arrest again. Hello? No, wrong place. I do not understand. Why not take him here? Fine. Can you... Why? Why have two people here? All right. We're just going to... We just release Stug after we give him his medication? 10 Stug without medication? Why? 10 Stug with medication. What? Okay. I don't understand what's going on here. Undraft. Pick up 3 medications. Then 10 to Stug. And then we can release Stug. Oh, no. We cannot release Stug because this is the only opportunity I have to improve my relationship with Stug because Stug freaking hates me. Faxing? Yes. Only for doctor's offices, right? All right. The Thrumbo has come to visit. Right. Okay, we're going to try to recruit Stug, and we're going to make my priority warning. Donkey number 8 has started to roam away. Well, you know what? I'm not too worried about that because I think it's not true. Because I cannot see a hole in the fence anywhere. There is no hole in the fence. And they're trying to tell me there's a hole in the fence over here. Like, okay, fine. Turkey 12 is being attacked by a red fox. Yes. I'm going to have a lot of turkey dinners inside that fox. All right, Espinoza is running away. Why? Espinoza is cowering from what? What's going on? Running and cowering. What happened? There's some danger here. And I cannot for the life of me figure out what it would be. Did I get well? I didn't get well yet. But I'm gonna get well. Alright, I want a beer. Is that reasonable? I think it is. Let's have a beer. Let's... Oh, man. Why is Espinosa cowering? What were you running away from? I don't understand. Trying to grab a meal from the donkey. If it's the fox, getting that close should mean we run away. No, it's not the fox. Is it the lightning? Is she scared of lightning strikes? I mean, that's a reasonable fear, right? Alright, Elisanyo's hiding because she's hungry. Well, I can't tell her to eat anything, but we do have a ton of ambrosia, and that's both food and fun. So, and we also have meals. So theoretically, she should be able to be not hungry. Alright, Mole is having some sleep, which is reasonable. Proctor is hanging out where he should, and Ollie is still psychotic wandering. It's all a big mystery. We're not finished loading the caravan, but we're awfully close. Should be a pretty easy job for Mole to finish that in one day. Whether or not Irizanyo feels like going along or not. You have Thunder not in the game? The Thunder I'm hearing is in the game. Oh, Irizanyo is all better. We're going to add you to the caravan. Excellent. Oh, this is very good news. It's the best news we've had in a little while because it's been a bit of a hot mess for a bit. It has. Water is repairing the fence. Now, all of the animals are running to their beds. It's so cute. We still have the same problem with these 3 areas being indicated as we got problems with the fence. And that straight up looks like a bug to me. Alright, Latros is well. Water is healed. Espinosa is healing. I am well. Salune needs medicine. Quick, Espinosa. Tending to Salune. Fox, how are you doing? You are doing well. Spoa is well, and Stug is going to be okay. All right. Now, I don't want both of them to be in the same room. So I think what I have to do is that... Oh no, a heat wave. And then water, you could move Spoa. No, move Stug after you've eaten. It's okay for them to not have a bed for just a few minutes here. Water will come and move Stug, and then we can change the settings for this bed back to be prisoner and medical bed. A thunderstorm has moved over my house, so you're kind of getting thunderstorm noises from both sides, from this end of stream and from your end as well. All right, there we go. Now Esboa can have that bed back. However, do you need a medical bed? Yeah, you still kind of need a medical bed. No! All right. That did not work. Water, could you please come back and try again? It's supposed to take him over here. Please do that. Alex, stop that, please. What are we doing? What is going on? Okay, so Luna is here. Alright. Alright, that's fine. What about Stug? What happened with water? Rice plants have a blight. Okay. Stug is... What is going on with Stug? Really do not understand what's going on right now. Stug is having... Ah, yes. Stug is immune now to the plague, but Stug is having an ambrosia binge? Maybe? It looks like Stug is a prisoner, but I swear he's not. Oh, he is in restraints. Okay. Okay. Something's wrong with that bedroom. Something's wrong with these 3 animal flaps. Don't know what it is, but let's try this again. Why am I escorting that prisoner? Why? Please stop that. No. Ugh. Why? What am I doing? What is going on? And water, why are you so slow? I need your help. Hurry. Why are you not coming? Okay. I only have a 60% chance of success. Okay. Espinosa can't do it. What is going on? 17C is not a dangerous temperature. This is the problem that he doesn't need a medical bed? Is that what the situation is? If that's the case, let's try this. Yes, that's what the problem was. Okay, it's not the problem with the door. Hopefully Espinosa will be fast enough. And he will not leave them. Why are the large animals coming in here? Oh, because I'm drafted. Alright, I need to stay drafted at the moment because weird stuff is going on and I need Espinosa to take care of Stug first. And I need to just sit put because everything keeps going wonky with prisoners and juggling prisoners and beds and all that kind of stuff. In Florida, all the elements arrive at their own time, their own schedule. First, lots of windy wind, then clouds. Half an hour later, 2 loud thunders. Lightning has come after the thunder. And now rain. Some of that made sense. Some of that made some sense. All right. This bed should be for Espinosa. Good. All right. Oh my goodness. Rice plants. No, that's not good news. We're just going to ignore it because everybody's just focused on getting out of here. We have almost loaded up all of the everything. We cannot forget Ollie. And there's a fire. Okay, there's quite a large fire. That's at home. It's on the back 40, and hopefully it will leave our hops field alone, and we have nothing planted. It's not going to destroy our chocolate trees because we haven't planted any right now. All right. Gathering supplies. We are almost done gathering supplies. Ollie is downed. That's bad news. What's going on? Oh, starving. Not good. Not good at all. Once he is on the trip with us, he will hopefully be able to eat the food that we have on the trip with us. And we won't have that problem of starving prisoners anymore. All right, so Stug is now where he should be. And I can undraft myself. And Espinosa can be undrafted. Okay, Espinosa's going to bed, but not in her lovely bed. Let's just go ahead and make that bed go here. You will enjoy it more. It's a nicer room, and you're very picky about that kind of thing, so we do it that way. Evidently, I'm trying to put out that fire because it's close to the field. Don't think much of my chances, but hey, whatever makes me happy. Latros is cooking. You are? Cooking level 4. I mean, hey, it's the strongest skills we've got for cooking, right? Yeah. Latros is level 4. We're waiting for Irizano to come back, but in the meantime, level 4 will do, right? Let's prioritize delivering Ollie some food. Where are you getting food? You're getting those eggs. All right, that's fair. Those eggs should definitely come along. Heat wave, yes. Death turkey 12, yes. Okay. Well, at least with this new heat wave, we're going to be leaving soon, and we only have to worry about dealing with the heat wave in one place rather than in 2 places. They are... Oh, this place does not have a heat wave. Okay, we're going from the place without a heat wave to the place with a heat wave. Excellent. The good news is all of these emergencies, especially the fact that we don't have anyone to cook for us all at the moment, are instigating our expedited return, which is exactly what we had planned for today to return. We had hoped to do some mining first, but hey. Let's see. Let's try and grab all of these. Oh, that's not going to happen. Okay. Irizano is bringing 2 eggs. Cannot carry all of the eggs, just bringing 2 eggs to Ollie. I think Ollie's hungry enough to eat 3 or 4 eggs. To be perfectly honest with you, I really think Irizano would have been better off bringing as many eggs as possible. I mean, Mole is carrying 21 goose eggs right now. Now, that's a trick. You don't carry 21 goose eggs like this. That's just not even in 2 hands. You can't do that. I don't care how big your hands are. I don't think anybody can carry 21 goose eggs. So, maybe Mole has pockets. But my point is that Irizano maybe could have grabbed more than 2 for Ollie. Still starving. That's because he needs to be actually fed. You can't just bring... He's starving. You have to actually feed him. Oh, man. Okay. We're going to get there, hopefully before the prisoner dies. If the prisoner dies, there are not going to be any actual consequences other than us feeling bad about it. Because there's no way our relationship with his faction could possibly get any worse. It can't get any better, and it can't get any worse. It's just straight up as bad as it can possibly be, and that's the only way it's ever going to be. That's just how that works. They're pirates. But we still don't want the prisoner to die unnecessarily. It's not who we are. The spirit of Constellatio endures in the rim in the form of random chaotic fires, indeed. All right, so Irizano is going to take Ollie to bed and then feed him the eggs. I know he's not going to like it, but it's going to be better than starving. He's going to be unhappy about it, but less starving. Yes? Oh, very good. 2 eggs filled him all the way up. I don't believe that. From that starving to all the way filled up. We are at negative 22 from wake up withdrawal. That is not great. All right. Is this prisoner coming along on the caravan? Yes. Is this bed coming along on the caravan? Because I really want it. What other items do we have that are phenomenal that we really want? This bed and this bed. All right, Mo, when you wake up, would you uninstall those 2 beds and this? Green water has gotten food poisoning from simple meal. Cause dirty cooking area. All right, I will clean this kitchen right away because that is filthy. It's disgusting. We don't like it. Not even a little bit. And while I'm at it, might as well clean up in the prisoner's room because, heck, we know they're not going to be cleaning after themselves. We didn't supply them with the materials. Stretching. Okay, let's do a little stretch. I would like to do a little twisty stretch. Yes. Oh, that was good. That was very nice. Oh, Donkey 2 has started to roam away. It's bogus. None of you are going anywhere. You just say you're going somewhere and then you don't. It's all about these 3 red... I don't know what's going on with them. Oh, it's this. Okay. It's because we said hold these open. Now I see what the problem is. All right. Who is free? I can come and deal with that. Instead of cleaning? Yes, instead of cleaning. I can drop everything and come over here. And then I don't want to attack that calf. Oh, that calf only used to be one of ours. It no longer is? Ah, yes, roaming. Okay, we cannot maybe grab it until these are closed. They're closed now. How did that happen? What is going on? Oh, I'm really confused now. Oh, all right. So the doors were being held open. I thought someone had to go through the doors in order to make them shut again, even though I turned off the hold open thing. But just turning off the hold open thing allowed them to shut, and now our pen is secure. Hi, Shania. Did I say your name right? Welcome in. Ah, I know this game. It's the one where people replace the healthy legs of prisoners with wooden peg legs. Indeed, this is that game. You have identified it correctly. However, we have not chosen to do that or harvested any other organs. In fact, we are trying to take good care of our prisoner, who is currently having a little health crisis due to drug-seeking behaviors. But hopefully we're going to get everybody off on our way home. This is a kind of like a secondary enclave temporarily, and we are on our way home from there. Hopefully we can make sure that everybody comes along with us. What is going on? You are gathering, yes, this wood. There is not much more to gather. We've got, let's see, we've got this chem fuel. Gathering supplies, yeah. Just gathering some wood. I mean, none of this rice is coming with us. Let's just ignore that. Yeah, we're trying to treat the prisoners nicely. This prisoner is having a bit of a tough time. He is not doing well. Let's do this. Let's give him this bed. Oh, yes. We are giving him the whole bunker temporarily. hopefully he won't need it for very long, and we won't need it. Because what we're trying to do is just pack up everything and get out of here. We're trying to load these things into the caravan and these things into the caravan. We're not taking with us very much of the furniture, but there were some things that were like amazing pieces of art that we might as well bring with us, because Mole has been doing an excellent job at creating beautiful pieces of furniture. So on our way home, we don't want to leave those here. It's so close to home. We didn't go very far. So, Irizanyo, are you going to be able to help our prisoner Ollie? Yes, you're bringing him to this bed here. That is A-okay. We will let the prisoner have the entire bunkhouse. And in the meanwhile here, we really need to... Oh no, why are Stug and Fox in the same room? Why are we doing this? Okay. I need to chat with Stug. That is like number one top priority for me, is chatting with Stug. Because we want to let Stug go free as soon as possible. We don't want to run any risks, but we do really need to give Stug and Alex a chance to improve the way they get along, because it hasn't been going well at all. I like Stug fine. Stug just can't stand me, understandably, because my character in this game is hideous, and nobody likes hanging out with somebody who's hideous in this game. It's just not a thing. Physically hideous, yes. It's very unfortunate. The holding me prisoner part, we can get over that really easily as soon as I'm not holding him prisoner anymore. But I'm sleeping on the floor. I could sleep here instead. How about that? Yeah, that sounds great. Oh, it wasn't on the floor. It was just... Oh, I'm glad I got up and left, because Latros is throwing up exactly where I was. That was a good move on my part. Yikes. Poor Latros has food poisoning. So, yeah. It's because this whole area that we cook in was very dirty, and I tried to do some cleaning, but then we had another emergency, and I kind of had to leave, and we don't even have lights, and oh my goodness, it's just been one emergency after the other. All right. Well, Ollie is up and Proctor is down. That's really confusing. That's very confusing. Irizanyo is sleeping on the ground outside. Mole is still gathering supplies. All of this is very confusing. But maybe the caravan is almost filled. We still need to load 1 simple meal, 69 mega sloth and muffalo wool, and 45 alpaca wool. All right, where is that? I thought it was... It looks like it's already loaded. It's very confusing. Yes, that's already been loaded. And that's already been loaded. And the meal? Looks like Ollie's gonna eat the meal. This just... Oh no, the meal is already loaded. Okay, so when Mole comes back, we can go? When Irizanyo wakes up? Stug is catatonic. Okay. Can we go? No, Irizanyo's gonna eat a meal. Alright, that's fair. So Luna's having a daze. So much is happening. Asdi, hello. Why are there prisoners? Well, they attacked us. And water's about to have a major break. Oh my gosh. So much is going on right now. Let me just pause a second. They attacked us. And we took them prisoner. And in some cases, some of us had little mental breakdowns. And instead of letting us run away, we captured them. And so they're temporary. We've got some temporary prisoners who are actually colony members. I'm just beside myself. What do I even... All right, I can do without some sleep. I need to rescue Stug, deliver food for Stug and Fox. Food is those berries there. Okay, that's fair. Yes, well, I think more it's I think it's Cassandra Classic who's bringing it to us today. It's been interesting, to say the least. Let's see. Are we doing good? We are heading out. Finally, we are heading out. So evidently that little baby alpaca right there was born. Where? This one? I think was born. No, this one? No. Oh, I can't find it. Anyway, there's a little baby alpaca in there that was born since we started. Oh, hang on. You too. Oh no. What a mess. Now we have to go collect everybody again. This baby alpaca was born since we started preparing this whole trip. And because I added this donkey back in to the mix, who had been removed from the mix when Erizania was having a mental break, then every animal got loosed and has to be recollected again. Don't forget the donkey. I think we'll make it. I feel like I can't even watch because we have these other emergencies to deal with. So Lune is having a mental break. Stug has gotten moved. I just don't get this whole situation. Okay, I'm going to feed Fox. I'm going to feed Stug. I'm going to move Salune. Cannot do. Cannot move Salune. So I can move Stug? Maybe? Cannot do. All right. I have an idea of something that I could try, but I'm not going to try until after I come back with food. There has been a lot of drama. Okay, suceso na viagvo. Have a good time. I hope everything will work out. Let us know how it goes. Sometimes it takes a lot of phone calls to get things to happen, and other times it takes going out into the rain. All right, I'm bringing some berries back. Berries are not the safest of food ever, but hey, it's probably better than nothing. So Lune and Stug are both members of the colony who are temporarily prisoners, but we don't want them sharing a room. It's not actually good for morale, but we can't move Solune right now, so... Wow. Did you guys hear that? I never hear anybody peeling out in my neighborhood. That was interesting. All right, so what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to change the priorities of that bed. And after I clean up, hopefully I will take Stug next door. Yes. Yes. And then I can make this a bed for Salune again. Salune, do you need a medical bed? I think you do. Yeah, that'd be fine. We could do that. All right. Now, do all of the prisoners have their own bedroom? And then some. Excellent. All right. How is everybody doing? Latros? Food poisoning. Major food poisoning. I'm happy for a variety of reasons. Water is also having major food poisoning. And Espinoza is healing from that fight with Salune. Salune is in a daze. My goodness. I can feed Stug. I have fed Fox. Irizanyo is finally on the map. Will not take very long at all. That is a very short distance to travel. Yeah, I can only imagine that there was some drama at somebody's house and somebody decided to take off. That's not the kind of peel out that you do if you're just late to work, or I just can't think of like any other reason other than just like I'm upset or I'm showing off. And nobody does that showing off thing in my neighborhood. It's just not that kind of neighborhood. So I don't know. All right, we have many turkeys, which is a good thing because we have a fox, a wild fox, which has been eating all of the turkeys. Stug cannot be negotiated with right now because he's catatonic. So the best that I can do is clean Stug's room. I'm trying to improve my relationship with Stug, but that is not something that I can successfully do right now because Stug is catatonic. And I'm really sorry about that, but not quite sure what to do other than wait it out. We've had quite a situation. Let's look at our schedule here. We are on a biphasic schedule. We need to go to a triphasic schedule, but the problem is we're not all getting along. So we need a triphasic schedule where we're not all on the same schedule. And that's a challenge. Let's see what we can do. I don't remember how this goes. Oh no, I think it's 5 in between. Let's try that. We have arrived. All right. Whew. That will take a while to bring these animals in. And I can start by taking Ollie to bed. And who else is... Espinoza can take... Oh, we don't have a bed for Proctor. All right. Let's make this a prisoner bed. And Espinoza, you can grab Proctor. Nope. What's going on here? Do we have to wait for that door to close? Is that what's going on? Yes. All right. So the Thrumbo had just walked through this door and it hadn't closed all the way, so this was not viewed by the game as an enclosed prisoner room with safe temperature, which is what's required in order to grab a prisoner and put them there. So Espinoza and I will go and escort the prisoners, hopefully to this bed and this bed. However, do both of them need medical beds? Because if not, we will wind up with 2 of them in the same place, perhaps. Proctor does not. And Ollie does. All right. So let's make sure this bed is not a medical bed. And hopefully that will work. Fingers crossed, because it's been a real mess about where to put prisoners. Who's starving? Espinoza is starving. Okay, let's do this. Quickly eat a turkey egg on your way to grabbing Proctor. Proctor seems to be heading in a good direction and moving very slowly. So I feel okay about deviating from the important task to eat something quickly. Irisanyo is sleeping, and so is Maul. And I think that might be the best thing that they can do right now, even though they're outside laying on the ground and it's raining. Irisanyo desperately needs food. No, wait. Pretty much needs food. Hungry, but not desperate. Okay. When you wake up, oh, not assigned to handling. Mole, are you? Not assigned to handling. All right. It's going to be my job when I'm done bringing that prisoner in to bring in all of these animals. It may take me a little while. Who else could help me? Espinosa could. And Water absolutely could. All right, let's do that. How's that going, Espinosa? Proctor is being very compliant. Excellent news. We're taking Proctor to that room. Wait. No, don't take him there. Why? Why are we taking Ollie there? Why? Prisoners should have their own room. What's wrong with this room? Do we need this? Is it that we need that? Is that what we need? Let's try. Let's try again. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay. Well, what if I did this? Nope. If I did this? Nope. Just going to take him in there. All right. Yes. All right. It's amazing how much I have to futz with these beds and turn them off for prisoners in order to get... I think the answer is that I need single beds in prison cells. The problem is I didn't have a lot of prison cells, and all of a sudden we had a lot of prisoners. So Lune is having a medical emergency. I am aware. The heat wave is over. Oh, I'm so grateful. At least there's that. Okay. We are going to rescue Solune. Hang on, don't put that bed there. That's not what I meant. Going to take Solune to bed. I have no idea why I'm going in there. Oh, I'm going to bed. Is that what it is? No, you're not. Going to take Solune to bed. Oh my gosh. And then take Stug to bed. And this needs to be for Espinosa. Water has a bed. Espinosa has a bed. Esboa, do you actually have a bed? You do not. Because that's a medical bed. All right. Is it possible for me to refuel that passive cooler so that you don't have a heat stroke? Irizanyo, do you have a bed? Probably not. I mean, we have all of these beds in here. That's something. All of the one that we have left. Okay. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. It's not great. We are mopping up all sorts of mess, but we are all back home again. Whose bed is this? Waters. I have a bed. Okay, Irizano needs a bed and Mole needs a bed. We have plenty of beds that came in with the travelers, but the question is, where are they exactly? Not there. Not there. We had so many beds. Okay. I don't know. Oh, here's one. All right, we're going to install that bed. Where? Here. Hello? Where did it go? I had it in my hot little hand. I swear. Did somebody unload it? Okay, we need to find a bed. Here's a bedroll. All right, this will do. Oh, we dropped it. That's what happened. All right. We thought we grabbed it when we dropped it. All right, we're going to put this bed here. And the bedroll, where is it? Fell on the ground somewhere here. Oh, here? Here? Yes. Okay, where are we going to install that? Probably right here. Yes. Okay, that'll do. We will have a bed for everyone at that point. Irizano, would you be interested in installing that bedroll so that you can sleep in an actual bed? I hate to wake you up, but that way you would be having a bedroll to sleep in and not sleeping on the ground and not sleeping in a room with someone else, but you would have your own room. I think you would find it superior in many ways. Question is, Buffalo 1 has started to roam away. Okay, what is it now? Oh, that. All right, fine. Espinosa. No, wait, Mole. Oh, you can't do it. Espinosa, could you come and grab that Buffalo? And Water, could you also grab like a donkey? And I know I want to be sleeping, but there's like more important things to do right now than sleep. Gotta get all of these animals in because they brought all of our things, and if they wander off carrying all of our things, well then our things are gone. And I mean, we can live without the things, but it would be better to have them than not to have them, I do believe. So that's my plan, is for us to grab all of those animals. Now the people who can do that are Water, Espinosa, and Alex. Can Latros help with that? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, cooking is also important, but let's just grab animals as soon as you're done with that. Mole cannot. Irizano could. Yeah, could. Why not? Let's. No, not assigned to handling. All right. Let's assign to handling, even if it's a 4. It's okay. It's temporary. Okay, we are doing great. Espinosa's got a passel of animals. Greenwater's got a whole pack of animals. What about me? Am I doing something? I'm not doing something fast enough. Let's stop sleeping and start grabbing animals. Latros, what about you? You are on your way. I got a good feeling about this. We might actually get all these in. Now, let's have a look at the fields that we assigned people to plant things in when we sent them home from the, shall I say extradition? I mean, I don't know. The emergency leave taking, which we engaged in. We've got plants there. We've got some here. These are partially planted. This has just barely been planted. This was planted. We didn't get the meals made in time. No. Solune has died. It's not what I wanted. Why did I just grab one baby alpaca, age 3 days old, and leave this baby alpaca and this baby alpaca and these alpacas and this pig and these alpacas and that alpaca and that pig and this muffalo? What's going on here? Espinosa's doing better. I made questionable choices, is what I did. Not even grabbing that goat dough. Wow. How irresponsible is that? All of those animals to be taken care of. And here I thought I was like one of the most experienced animal caretakers we had. But no, actually Espinosa isn't doing all that great. She's only got 3. What is going on? Latros, you've got a big pack. Erizano, let's see how many you managed to get. Alright, Latros, can I send you back again? You're cooking a meal. I gotta say, let's let you cook a meal. We'll let me grab a meal too. Food is evidently important or people die. And the 7 are now 6, indeed. Well, with multiple in the wings. So don't forget that we have Stug, who is only temporarily a prisoner, and there's also Fox, Ollie, and Asboa, who are not yet members of the colony, but will be. Well, 2 of them. One of them won't be. Alright, Elisanyu is also grabbing only 1. Espinosa is eating, and that's a good thing. Latros is cooking, and that's a good thing. Well, if we have to get them one at a time, we'll get them one at a time. I think this grabbing multiple animals works when they're very close to each other, but when they're a little bit more spread out, then they go more slowly. As soon as things calm down a little bit, we can discuss those intern colonists. Well said, Asdi. 2 of the 3 of them are intern colonists, and 1 is a straight up a prisoner. And had we had the time to deal with the situation in a different way, he wouldn't have even come here. He would have been rehomed to another location on our way here, but we did not have the time. Honestly, Irizanyo needs to do what she can in the kitchen. I'm gonna drink a beer. That seems reasonable. And then after that, could I please get back to bringing the animals in? Roping a boomalope seems reasonable. Okay, Latros is gonna grab 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. Latros for the win. This could be... If she gets that pig... Yes. No. Did not get that pig. Just psyched us out instead. All right, I'm coming back for the boomalope, and then we can have Latros come back for that pig, and that might be it, unless this pig has gone feral. No, not feral, just wandering. All right. Well, I think this is okay. This is okay. So we want to look at our schedule. We were about to... Oh, water. That is so frustrating. Sometimes I've had luck asking the pharmacy to call the doctor directly. That has worked for me in the past when I've been in exactly that situation. Not a great situation. All right, Latros is eating and then hopefully can come and grab that pig. I think that may be all of the animals. Do we have any more that are in a wandering state? Goat doe 3. Oh, she may very well be gone in a moment. Espinosa, could you grab that doe if she's still there when you're done with your beer? I'm not going to interrupt your beer because you are not in a great mood. Nope, it's too late. It's a tantrum. Okay, so we're going to go destroy some things now. You could just have had your beer. Just because I queued up something for you to do. All right, that's not a terrible thing to destroy. Have at it. I'm sure you will feel much better afterwards. Latros. Nope. You're busy. What about me? Queued resting. How about instead of resting, grabbing that goat doe? And then I think we will have brought in all of the animals. Oh my goodness, we will have brought in all of the animals, I think. This is good news. Very good news. All right, how are you doing, Espinosa? Destroying the bed? Please don't fully destroy that bedroll. At least she's not attacking the animals or any fellow colonists. A little destruction is worth it if it makes her feel better. The pharmacy closes at 7 p.m. There's still an hour and 20 minutes for the missing facts to arrive back from the former century. Yeah, it gets more tricky when you're out of pocket. Much more tricky. This place is filthy. Absolutely filthy. How about if before I sleep, I just clean the kitchen a little bit? Because otherwise, we're going to have all sorts of extra problems. We do not need extra problems. If I could, at the minimum... Why are Ollie and Esboa in the same room? I know why Ollie and Esboa are in the same room. I figured it out all by myself. We can fix that. Elisanyo, could you talk to Esboa and then bring Ollie elsewhere? And Mole, when you're done sleeping, would you make that sarcophagus for our dear friend Solune? All right, let's see how this goes. Okay. Fair enough. That's good. How is Esbo doing? Well. And Ollie? Doing well, needing food though. Alright. We have ambrosia to feed him. Well, that's fine. Latros, when you wake up, could you clean some, and me too? If we both clean some, that will be so much better. Good, water is repairing things. And we can clean the kitchen a bit. And then maybe clean this room, because I don't know. We've just got too many animals hanging out in here. Let's see what we can do about that. Animals hanging out inside leads to food poisoning eventually. So the animals zone is... we don't have an animal zone here. Interesting. Let's make one. How do we do that? Zone. Allowed area, manage areas, new area, call it, rename, animals, and let's look at it. We're gonna invert it. That's what we're gonna do. How do? Zone, manage, invert, clear, allowed area, animals, not here. Oh. No animals there, no animals in here, no animals in here, or there, or there. No animals in here or in there. Also, no animals in here. I'm gonna maybe let them pass through this area here for logistical. No, I don't need to. I can say no animals there as well. Okay, now Mole is making the sarcophagus. Who was Solune's best friend? Water. Water, would you do the honors? Espinosa's having a major break rest. Well, we gave you the best bedroom, just like you wanted. Jealous of Water's bedroom. You were jealous of my bedroom and I gave you my bedroom. Now you're jealous of Water's bedroom. Which one is Water's bedroom? Is it this? Yeah. Okay, fine. We'll give you Water's bedroom if you're gonna be like that about it. I think actually Water might feel the same way. Let's see what happens. If we have two jealous people, that's gonna be really difficult. Nope, Water's okay. Water's copacetic. Water's cool. All right, why is the Megasloth in the house? Why is Todd in the house? pet animals allowed in the house? Hey, why is the thrumbo in the house? I was pretty clear. Oh. All right, maybe we consider allowing bonded animals inside, but definitely not large animals with large poops. I guess we can allow bonded animals inside. We'll make an exception for small bonded animals. Just Jennifer and Todd. A group of travelers from Iquitos are passing by. They might know Irizarry because I think Irizarry was from Iquitos. Let's see. No. No. Nope. Nope. All right. We want to change the wardening settings here. Basically have everybody only do it if I ask them, except for me. Because for me, wardening is my only chance to make a good impression with anybody. Otherwise, I'm guaranteed to be hated. So yeah, there's that. We now have laid Solune to rest. Water made this sarcophagus? I thought it was mole. Interesting. The sarcophagus bears an image of Barracuda Solune embashada, adding surface detail to a duster while wiping the sweat from his forehead. If you recall, Solune did a yeoman's job of creating clothing whenever it was needed. Remember that? Starting with those cowboy hats, the duster glows a soft purple. The representation refers to Solune completing work on a duster on the 11th of April, 5502. Good story. All right. These travelers are passing through. They don't have anything to trade with us. They don't know us. We don't know them. Happy travels. Now we need to look at our schedule. We are trying to set a triphasic sleep schedule. And I don't think I've got the hang of it yet here. That is not correct. All right, we do this and that and this, and we've got a major break risk, of course. This and that and that. Is that better? That's a little better. We're starting out. Okay, we need a miner. Nobody's mining. What is this that I'm looking at right now? That's the strangest thing. Mole is a miner, right? Who's a miner? Yeah, we got miners. What the heck is going on here? Oh, that's over here. Okay, this is our abandoned colony that we're really not worrying about right now. We could actually officially abandon it, but we're just going to ignore it at the moment, and we'll see what happens. Could be useful to have a place that we could go to if we needed to, if there were some emergency. So, back to our schedule. I cannot be on the same work schedule as pretty much anybody else. So, we want everybody else to be sleeping when I'm working as much as is possible. And I think that should be doable if they're willing to all be on the same schedule as each other. And in order to avoid being around me, I think they would all be thrilled. So we'll just do this temporarily and then put everybody else on. Oops. everybody else on this triphasic schedule. So we basically have shift 1 and shift 2. And no, it's not really shift 1 and shift 2. Everybody has shift 1, shift 2, and shift 3. It's just that there's group 1 and group 2, and they don't overlap. And the groups are me and everybody else. Because everything goes better when nobody has to look at my face. It's unfortunate. All right, we are still doubled up. Every time I turn around, we're doubled up. And I think that's because prisoners are healing. So let's do this. Nope. All right. So far, so good with that. Hopefully nobody else will come and interfere before I get all the way to that other prisoner's cell. Looks like everybody's got plenty of things to be busy with. Okay. So, as Boa has a non-medical prisoner bed, so does Proctor, and that's okay. Proctor needs medication once in a while, but isn't actually needing a medical bed. Stug, on the other hand, does need a medical bed. Fox does not. Fox does not, but needs some food. And that's all the prisoners that we have, but we have this extra prisoner bed here. Okay. Whose bed is this? Latros, and this is mine. Yeah, I can unassign me from there and assign me down here. And now everybody has their own room, sort of. Not great rooms, but nobody is sharing a room. Not all of them are actually bedrooms. Nobody is sharing a room who doesn't want to. Now, aren't there some people who do want to? Mole is married, right? Am I mistaken? Is anybody married? No. I have that ex-husband who's buried in the backyard now. Irizano has a daughter. Nobody's married. What about the prisoners? Oh, Proctor has a daughter who is not here. Maybe we'll get a chance to meet Proctor's daughter someday. Okay. Deep breath. Why am I drafted? Ah, yes, I know. Okay. Now, we have some meat, which means I could try to... What is going on? This is the wildlife? This is interesting. Did I tame the fox or did it wander away? We have a lot of animals. Looks like the fox wandered away or possibly was killed. Sometimes when when an animal is hunting inside our animal pen, the other animals gang up on it. I've seen it happen where even across species, some animal will be like, no, I take offense at that and I'm going to attack you now. And being kicked by an alpaca ain't nothing. It ain't nothing, especially if you're a fox. I imagine if it were it's possible that could have been an issue. Now, let's have a quick look at what our policy is here, because we brought home a whole bunch of animals and we need to take an inventory of our grasslands here. We've got a bit of an issue with more animals than grass that has grown. Now, our grass will grow better in the future. There are certain areas which can't grow, but there are certain areas which could grow better and just haven't yet because of the whole toxic fallout issue that we had. So the grasslands have not completely recovered. Ideally, if we hadn't had all that illness, we wouldn't have come back quite so soon. We would have waited for this grass to grow back a little bit better. So that means that effectively we kind of have to set some policies here. I think 3 should be fine actually there. And that's just too many alpacas, to be honest. Let's start with this and then have a look at it again in a little while. Okay, Irisanyu is digging at silver ore. To be honest, I think we can prioritize cooking for now. Oh, we can't cook right now. Oh, that's interesting. Nothing to cook. That can't be true. Oh, this stuff must have appeared as ingredients after she went to do that. All right, she'll go back and forth between those things. We do have ingredients to cook, so mostly she'll wind up spending more of her time doing the cooking. We can gradually unload some of these animals. Espinosa's doing great now. Indeed. We are at what I would consider to be a very good stopping point. Constellazio is pointing out repeatedly that we have been live for nearly 3 hours. It is true, and we're doing well. And before we get slammed by another shenanigan by our AI storyteller, it might kaliu saluton al vi. Bonvenon, vi invadas juste tiam kiam mi komencas fini mian elsendon, do ni faris multan progreson pri nia video ludo. Estis absoluta chaoso, sed mi revenu ĉi tien por paroli kun vi ĉiuj. Bonvenon, karaj. Mi estas Alena fenomena. Ĉu mi diru en la hispana estas tre malfacile? Eble tro malfacile por mi. Mi diru en Esperanto. Mi nomiĝas Alena. Mi tuj elsendas je muziko, videoludoj kaj ankaŭ en Esperanto, almenaŭ en vendredo. Kaj ja, ni kundividas iujn similajn interesojn rilate al videoludoj. Kaliu kaj mi, almenaŭ pri tio, kaj pri Esperanto, eble nur pri tio, kaj Esperanto mi ne scias. Sed, yes, mi nombre es Alena, juego a videojuegos y toco la guitarra, no toco la guitarra, no. No lo toco, no la toco, la guitarra, no la toco, ukulele, ukelele, en español, ukelele. Bueno, lo siento que no me acuerdo cómo debo hablar español. Interpreto música. Ajá, ok, ya. Vale. Algo así. Gracias. Y ja. Kai vi venis dum la fino de mia tuilsendo tre bedaŭrinde sed bonvenon kaj koran dankon. Mi faru la elkrion. Kiun vi meritas? Okaze ke neniu alia faris, eble oni jam faris, sed jen. Monument Valley. Oh, tre bella ludo. Mi tre ŝatas tiun. Vi elektas ludojn kiujn mi ŝatas tre ofte. Jes, dankon pro tiu helpo pri la elkrio. Estas du manieroj fari tion, kaj mi faris almeno unu manieron. Kaj intertempe mi devas fari ion en la flanko ĉi tie por vidi kio okazas en aliaj anguloj de Twitcho. Kaj mi nur nun notas ke la tutan tempon dum mia 3-hora tuilsendo la videoludo ne aŭdeblis. Kaj nur nun mi notas tion, tre bedaŭrinde. Sed neniu plendis, do pro tio mi supposas ke ĉiuj fajfas pri tio. Do mi rigardu. Tiu ne helpos min. Mi provu ĉi tio. Ankaŭ tio ne helpos min. Kial ne povas esti pli simple? Kaliu mi demandu al vi. Vi ŝajtas fajfi, bele. Ĉu kiu estas pli bona lingvo por vi aŭ pli facila lingvo por vi, Esperanto aŭ la angla? Ĉar en merkredo mi kutime parolas la anglan, sed tiel ke vi venis mi parolas Esperanton, pro tio ke mi scias ke vi parolas la anglan, sed mi iomete supposas ke eble Esperanto pli facilas por vi. Mi ne certas. Eble egale? Mi ankoraŭ ne scias kiu estas via pli forta lingvo. Nu, konstelacio bone, sed la ideo estas ke oni povu aŭdi la sonojn de la efektiva ludado, ne nur de la muziko, sed kiam okazas iu katastrofo, ke oni aŭdu la sonon kiu diras katastrofo okazas nun, sed tion mi ne ŝaltis. Estas bedaŭro. Pli facile por mi Esperanto bone. Mi ne havas problemojn en la angla tre bone. Do mi vidas muzikiston, mi vidas videoludanton. Ja, bone, mi faris elekton. Mi komencis tuilsendi en vendredo je la simuladuloj 4. Mi parolas bone la anglan, yes, ja. Mi parolas tre bone la anglan, sed ne tiom bone kiom iu kiu studis kaj lernis kiel paroli la anglan, ĉu ne? Yes, Ezra, ĉu vi elsendos ekde la unua momento de la ekesto de tiu videoludo? Mi antaŭĝuas vidi. Do, pri la simuladuloj 4, mi komencis elsendi je tiu ludo en vendredo per Esperanto. Kai do mi electas tu elsendiston kiu elsendas je la simuladule kvar kai estas alia glatano. Mi flanke menciu ke cadre de nia Esperanto kulturo kai la kulturaj normoj en Esperantujo estas cultura normo de subteno kai intercompreniĝo kai respekto inter homoj, inclusive de respekto por kai subteno por glatanoj. Kadre de tio mi diru ĉar mi ne scias, mi kredas ke mi eble ne informis al la kaliuanoj ke mia pronomo en Esperanto estas ri. Do tiu temas pri en la angla they them. Mi estas ne duuma kai mi do tio fariĝas nur parton de tiu kiu mi estas, ĉu ne, tio ne estas mia tuta personeco, sed indas mencii, ĉar kiam iu envenas, tiam oni emas paroli pri tiu homo, kai se oni uzas alian pronomon, sentiĝas strange kai malkomforte de tempo al tempo, do mi menciu. Yes, ni bondeziru al Ezra pri tiu nova videoludo kiun oni tiom avide atendas. Renato Corsetti kai aliaj faris kurson por ke oni iĝu profesoro de Esperanto, profesoro aŭ instruisto. Unutaga klaso ne sufiĉu por iĝi profesoro. Fiktive mi studis por iĝi instruisto dum 4 jaroj, por iĝi Esperanto instruisto. Do mi ne scias kiom longe oni studu por iĝi profesoro de Esperanto. Yes, sed tio estas falsa amiko por la hispana, ĉu ne? Mi nun memoras. Mi rigardas pri kiom longe tiu amiko mia ĵus komencis sian tuelsendon. Perfekte. Do kaliu, ĉu tiu kurso estis reta kurso, kaj ĉu ĝi estis ĉeestata de multaj? Mi esperas ke jes, ĉar ni bezonas pliajn Esperanto instruistojn kaj principe pliajn bone trenitajn. Mi konas Renaton, kaj li estas homo kiu bone scipovas insisti je detaloj, kaj tion mi tre ŝatas pri li kaj pri instruisto de instruistoj. Kaj por tio oni diru profesoro eĉ en Esperanto, ĉu ne? Se oni trenas instruistojn, povus esti ke trejnisto estas la plej bona vorto, sed mi ŝatus diri ke profesoro, kvankam mi supozas ke eble nur en kunteksto de universitato. Mi nun demandas al mi, ĉu mi pensas anglalingve aŭ esperantlingve. Persone ne, nur laŭnome. Ĉu ankaŭ li instruis aŭ ĉeestis aŭ pli ol 10, hurra, kaj kaliu, ĉu vi ĉeestis kiel trejnato de Renato? Mi ĝojas, jes. Mi ĝojegas, jes. Mi iomete umas pri la sonoj en mia komputilo. Jen. Do, karaj, jam tempesta ke mi komencu fini kai jam mi komencis fini antaŭ la alveno de la kaliuanoj. Ĉu mi rajtas diri tion, kaliuanoj? Vi ĉeestis bone, kai partoprenis, mi ĝojegas. Tio estas ege bona novaĵo. Do, mi faros elkrion por tiu kiun ni invados. Kai tiel vi povos trovi la lokon kien ni iros, eĉ se vi ne estos forkaptita tien kun ni, do jen. Kai nun mi faros la oficialan invad alvokon. Jen. Do jen, por hodiaŭ tio sufiĉu. Mi tuj elsendos en vendredo je la simuladuloj kvar, pri kiu okazis multe da novaĵo ĉi-semajne. Do, okazis on anoncoj kaj ĝisdatigoj kaj iuj ŝanĝoj, iuj bonaj, iuj malbonaj. Do, okazas multa novaĵo pri la simuladuloj kvar ĉi-semajne. Mi elsendos tion per Esperanto en vendredo, kaj tiam en dimanĉo mi faros elsendon de wild flowers, sovaĝaj floroj. Kaj tiam en lundo mi faros elsendon de muziko. Kaj denove tiu ĉi rando mondo en merkredo, kiel kutime. Do, koran dankon por vi ĉiuj, kiuj ĉeestis, kaŝspektis, subtenis, helpis, invadis, moderatoris kaj amon. Tschüss.